Hey kids, Father John here. I'm so glad you took a little bit of time to sit down and visit with me. I had to go to the dentist about a month ago, and they cleaned my teeth, and they flossed my teeth, and they rinsed my teeth, and then I did the spit thing, and then they did the floss thing. It was quite the ordeal to go. And I had, but when I went, they gave me a handy dandy toothbrush and some toothpaste. And it's been about a month, so I thought I'd see if maybe if I needed to use these things. I'm good. I'm good. I should be all right for another month or so before I actually have to use these things. But anyhow, I was thinking about these things, and you know, if you don't use these things, it's bad. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm talking about? It gets really kind of stinky. And so we have to brush our teeth on occasion. And yes, I do brush my teeth more than once a month. I mean, I brush them at least once a week whether they need it or not, okay? But anyhow, we do have to brush our teeth because, you know, it's just not a very pleasant thing. So we take care of that sort of thing. Because, you know, the stuff that comes out of our mouths can sometimes be very unpleasant indeed. You know, Jesus talked about that at some point. Jesus said, you know, it's not that what goes in the mouth that makes a person bad or unclean was his word. It's what comes out of his mouth. And I'm thinking, well, the only thing that comes out of my mouth is bad breath. But Jesus actually had something else in mind when he said that it's not what goes into the mouth that makes us bad, but it's what comes out of the mouth that makes us bad. And I had to think about that a little bit. But then I realized what Jesus was talking about. What Jesus is actually talking about is when we say hurtful things to one another. When we badmouth our brothers and sisters, when we talk back to our parents, when we go to school and we're disrespectful to our teachers, when we get angry and we're like, "Rah!" Those are the kind of bad things that come out of our mouths that Jesus was talking about. And when we do that, Jesus becomes unhappy with us because it's called, I know we don't talk about this much because we're Episcopalians, but it's called sin. And when we sin by our words, well, our words can really hurt. Our words can really, you know, get in there and go deep. When you speak something angry back at your mom or your dad, you think to myself, well, you know, I'm just expressing myself. But your mom or your dad or whoever it might be, when those words hit them, it's like knives because it hurts. It's not only you being angry, but it's hurting their soul. It's also hurting your soul when you speak those types of things. And what's really bad is that when we speak those types of things, we can't take them back. You know, once you kind of put it out there, you can't hit the delete button. You can't hit the erase button. It's just out there, and it's going to be a part of that person going forward. It's also going to be a part of you as well, knowing that you said something hurtful to another person, and it's going to sting. Because we can't take them back. We can always say we're sorry, which we should. You should say you're sorry. But we can't take them back. We can't take them back and pretend it didn't happen. Well, look at this. Look at this. Here's an idea. Here's my trusty little tube of toothpaste from my dentist that I got the other day. Now, let's pretend that the toothpaste, the things that I would like to say to somebody. Somebody does something to me and I'm just like, rah, 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 rah. And then I just really jump on them. And so out comes all of that anger. Look at that. All that anger. Ooh, that's just disgusting because it's so much bad stuff coming out of it. Let's get all of it out. Just get it all out. Now there it is. All my anger is out. And I hope you can see it. Can you see that? Good. All my anger is out on this plate. Now the key is, now that I've put it out there, now that I've said something to somebody and it looks like that, it's just this blob of nasty looking stuff, can I take it back? Can I take back what I have just said? Well, taking back what I just said is about as easy as taking this toothpaste and putting it back inside the tube. and putting it back in. Let's see, maybe if I got a little more and do it like this. Will this work? Okay, it's like putting toothpaste back in the tube. This really isn't working very well. That's not working very well at all. It's kind of like, and that's what it's like when we say something bad around people. It's like squirting something out of the toothpaste tube. You can't put it back. And so those words are out there, and they're harmful to people, and they hurt us, and they hurt the other people. So what you and I have to do is to sort of guard our mouths. It's kind of like having fluoride for your words. It's guarding and protecting your mouth. Before you allow those words to come out, before you say something that might be hurtful, take a minute. Maybe even just take 3 seconds. That's what you need to do. Just take 3, before you just want to lay into somebody or smart back to somebody. Take about 3 seconds. Just go, I'm really, really mad, I'm really, really mad. Just go 1, 2, 3. And you've given your mind the opportunity to think before you open your mouth. And if we give ourselves the opportunity to think before we open our mouths, then some of the time, maybe not all the time, but some of the time, we'll realize that what we wanted to say, what we were about to say, was wrong. And instead of saying it, maybe we'll just hold our tongue and keep our peace. Because the truth is, you'll never get that toothpaste back in the tube, and you'll never get those words back in your mouth. Think about that. Now, I have to get this toothpaste back in here. Otherwise, my dentist is going to be very upset with me. But it just doesn't seem to be going to do. I'm not sure how to do this. I may be in some really big trouble now. Hey!